Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to Jurassic June and, of course, Trespasser, the digital sequel to The Lost World, Jurassic Park. This should be our final stream for this game. We have 3 levels left of the game. The 2 levels devoted to climbing the mountain, and then the final mountain boss fight. Before we start, I wanted to mention something that I'm not sure I actually mentioned yesterday or not. We're doing Jurassic Park week on Jurassic June right now, and I didn't just randomly pick this week because, as I said in an earlier stream, I noticed that I didn't do any Jurassic Park games the first week. That was part of why I wanted to do it now, but I also picked this week because today, June 11th, is the anniversary of the original Jurassic Park film release. It is 28 years old today, which isn't like a big special anniversary year, but it is still, in my opinion, it kind of makes today Jurassic Park Day in a way. And considering we've had a lot of Jurassic Park announcements in the past 2 days, I would say that the people at DreamWorks and Amblin Entertainment and Universal seem to agree. So yesterday we talked about the new Jurassic World Dominion news, and well, today they actually announced. Oh, oops, that's very loud. Hold on, let me just fix that. And today they announced Jurassic World Evolution 2, the sequel to the first Evolution, the park building game by Frontier Developments.
3 left.
The company that is probably most known for making the Elite Dangerous game. Here I have a toxic rifle. This is the one you can use against the T-Rex. Hello, Louise.
7 shots.
Of course, if you want to take down a T-Rex, we need to use all of the shots in that toxic rifle. So, Jurassic Evolution 2.
The forest smelled of wet leaves, damp earth, rotting wood.
We'll wait until Lord Richard Attenborough is done. Was that everything? This is more a descent rather than an ascent. This map is called.
I dreamed of a time when the entire world was covered by an ancient forest. Great hunters stalked in the cool darkness, among silent, huge columnar trees, oaks and sequoias.
Oh. Is that another Albertosaur, or is it just a Velociraptor that looks big at a distance? So you might have noticed, by the way, this level is called the Ascent. The next level is the Ascent 2, and then we get to the Summit. You might have noticed that the whole the seven kingdoms of Isla Zorna plotline just kind of dropped. Early in the game, they talked about how, like, the island ended up being divided into 7 territories, each with their own, like, regent Tyrannosaur, except one which was ruled by the Albertosaur. And here's another. Yeah, this is another Albertosaur. Here's a Velociraptor. Ah, shit. I'm not gonna pick a fight with the Albertosaur. Unless maybe I can find another weapon. Oh, no, it's picking a fight with me. You have a gun here? We do. Okay, then.
About 20. 17.
There we go. The Brachiosauruses dead. But yeah, the whole seven kingdoms ruled by the Tyrannosaur thing kind of got dropped. As with many other things from development. Actually, there probably wasn't going to be Tyrannosaurs for all of them.
8, 7,
But like,
6, 5.
one of the dinosaurs that was planned for the game but didn't make it in was actually the Carnotaurus.
4, 3.
Which of course ended up being popularized in
2.
Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. You said I think it didn't make it in. We haven't met one. It was modeled and everything, but I don't think it ever got put in. Unless it's in these 2 levels. I guess that spoils that the final boss is not a Carnotaurus, if that's what anyone was betting on. I did mention that we're gonna have a big final boss fight at the top of the mountain at the end of the game. And I asked people to guess what dinosaur it was if they didn't know.
Empty.
Shit. Let's find another weapon. So I don't want to waste my toxic rifle on Velociraptor, since that's the only weapon that can take out a T-Rex. You bet on the Spinosaurus, alright. Yeah, I think that's true. Someone betted on the T-Rex, like just a T-Rex, I guess. Another Velociraptor there. Oh yeah, right. So Jurassic World Evolution 2. It's going to have a storyline, like a main storyline, that is set between Fallen Kingdom and Dominion. So during the dawn of the Neo-Jurassic Age, and it's going to be essentially, rather than a park simulator, it's going to be just a, I guess, some kind of management wildlife simulator, something for the dinosaurs, since, you know, the park is gone. Oh, that's it. That's not a gun. Oh. That's annoying.
7 shots. 3 left. 7 shots.
Not too many dinosaurs confirmed yet, but like, I'm guessing all the ones from
wet leaves, damp earth.
the first evolution will be in it. It's by the same devs. It's gonna launch on all the systems except Switch. I don't know, like the first game was on Switch. Like, was that port not good? Because it seems like an odd thing to not release it on Switch.
Of a time when the entire world was covered by an ancient forest. Great hunters stalked in the cool darkness, among silent, huge columnar trees, oaks and sequoias.
I believe in the original plans for the Seven Kingdoms aspect of the island, there was also going to be 7 tribes of raptors rather than 2, like there are in the final game. Although they mentioned there were 3. Which is kind of funny. But I'm hyped for Evolution 2. I think it's gonna be cool. I haven't played Evolution 1 yet, but like, it's neat. I was a little disappointed because when they announced like, oh, here's a brand new Jurassic Park game set between the movies, I was like, oh my god, they're finally doing something like Trespasser again. Like this big sequel kind of thing. But no, I mean, they are. It is a story set in between. Just like Evolution had expansion packs that were prequels to Jurassic World. But like, you know, it's not really the same thing. Like, I would just really love a new first-person shooter in the series. Or hell, make like a survival horror, like where you don't fight them and run away. I think that would work really well. We talked about Untitled Chapter memories yesterday. Like, have something like that where you're like being chased by raptors and stuff, and you can like, you know, pull down like shells and stuff behind you to block their path. It'd be cool. I think there's a lot of potential there, but I don't know. I think the problem is probably that the movie tie-in action game has kind of gone out of fashion in general. Like, there aren't really movie tie-in games anymore. In the way that they used to be. Because, like, they stopped selling and they were generally perceived as being pretty bad games. So, yeah. I think the Desert Eagles behind this rock. What's another game with dinosaurs announced today? Well, it wasn't announced today actually, it was announced a while ago. But it was shown today at the Day of the Devs. It's called Road 96. And like, it's not like a dinosaur game per se, but it does have dinosaurs in it.
7, 6.
Or rather, whoa.
5. 2, 1. That's it.
It's like, apparently like the game like builds its world based on like your own choices. It's like one of the early things in the game is they ask if you're a dinosaur person, if you're a fan of dinosaurs. But there's this actual creepy voice going like, I have a question. Are you a fan of dinosaurs? Don't worry if you're not. And apparently if you say yes, like, there will be dinosaurs in the game, for example. There's something like 143,000 configurations that the game allows of designing its world through choices. Seems pretty cool. Like, definitely a concept that could go very wrong and end up being more limited than it had the potential to be. But, you know, if it turns out to work as intended, that can be really cool. Yeah, it was part of the Day of the Devs stream after the Summer Game Fest kickoff stream. Save here. That seems cool. I hope that Jurassic World Evolution like has a decent sale or something during the Steam Summer Sale, because I would like to try it, but I don't, because it's a game with like a bunch of content packs. It's the kind of thing where like I don't want to play it in like an incomplete way. Like, if I'm gonna buy the game, I'm gonna buy it complete with everything, or I won't buy it. That's how I am with a lot of games when they like divide things up into download packs. Like, even if it's not download packs I'm that interested in, I'm just like, just based on like my dislike of dividing a game up.
1. Empty.
Wait, are you sure it was first person? Oh, you're thinking of that one. I know which one you mean, but I can't remember the name of it. It's in my list of upcoming dinosaur games, I think. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called either. That game looks cool. There was also one called like Codino C or something like that. It was going to be called something else, but the name was taken. And that's like a Dino Crisis style game with, again, like old 3D graphics. It's pretty cool. Code on Age, I think it was actually. And Survive, we were able to actually run out the Velociraptor there. So that's a fun fact, by the way. Like, you know, it's not. Everyone by now know that the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are not very accurate, and that's okay. It's okay that they're not accurate, but it's kind of funny how wrong some of it is. Now some of this is because of old information that we thought was reliable at the time, but then learned differently. Like, for example, like, okay, so Velociraptors and Deinonychus and the like, we think of them as like great runners because of Jurassic Park, but no. Like, from what we actually believe, they were likely not very good at running. Like, they were hunters, sure, but they were not like, you know, the wolves of the Cretaceous era, you know?
Empty.
And similar on that front, they most likely did not engage in wolf-like pack hunting. That is extremely rare, even in modern-day creatures. And would have been even rarer at the time. They also weren't very good at jumping. Oh yeah, compound fracture, that's it, yeah. It's in my upcoming dinosaur games list. That game looks really cool. Very much looking forward to that one. That one and the other horror one. Oakwood? No, Oakwood is the one that already came out. The one I'm thinking of is Death Ground. Death Grounds, I think it is actually. Death Ground seems to be like Alien Isolation, but with dinosaurs, which is like perfect. Oh, hello. Wait, what?
Around 10.
No. But like, wait, hold on. What is... I guess I was wrong. I said that they only put in 2 tribes of raptors, but there's the 3rd tribe. So they actually, like, the voice clip was accurate then. I love when they just hit the rocks like that. The only thing that would make like the creature movement better in this game was if there was more sound effects to things. Okay, apparently I just dropped my gun there. Nope, I'm dead. Like, the problem is the moment they hit you, they just do like repeated damage. I'll try going this way then. Might have to give up on our toxic rifle, or rather make use of it. Don't see any weapons over there. See, I'm hearing footsteps, but it could be my own. No, that's a growl. Yeah, okay. I could take the sledgehammer, technically. We tried using melee weapons last night, like at the end of the previous stage, and it actually worked all right if you can just get the angle right. Of course, that's a big if. And I'm already not feeling like I'm getting the angle right. There we go. I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Oh yeah, Louis, you left before it happened, but we found Dennis Nedry's office cubicle, and he had a medieval mace in there, and I used that to kill a raptor. Nope. That's the thing, like the combat system with melee weapons is almost non-existent.
Empty.
I don't know what I was trying to do there. I was thinking maybe I can do like damage to it if I jump on it.
That's it. Empty.
See, I need to hit with all of the shots, otherwise it doesn't work. The thing is, like, I wish you could just like actually like punch things. Like even if it was like, oh, okay, good, headshots are actually pretty effective. Like, even if it was like a bad attack, just the fact that you would have any kind of unarmed attack would be something. But like, you can't just use the slapping hand thing to attack people or velociraptors. Unfortunately. Oh, great. No.
One shot left.
No, I can't save because I might have put myself in an unwinnable situation, so... Okay. Okay. Like, saving without a gun? No. Not doing that. That's a terrible idea. If I find a gun, and I'm safe in the spot where I find the gun, I might save. But until that point... I don't remember where the revolver was. It might have been around here, but I also think there's a raptor around here. Two, actually. So, like, I don't want to risk, like, startling... Or, startling? No. Awaken them if I can. No. No. Wait, there's guns in it. I think. Oh no, I thought I saw something in it, but... No. I'm already down here, so don't see any Velociraptor. And I think the revolver was here. That's the boot there. Okay, well, it's better than nothing.
6 rounds.
Right. Now the dinosaurs wake up here, and there's 2 Velociraptors, Stego, and then there's the big yellow one over there. I don't know why I say big, it was the same size, but... God damn it. Oh!
3 shots. That's it.
Like, if you get 2 perfect headshots with a magnum, then it actually, with a revolver, it actually, like, kills the raptor. But, yeah, it's hard when the moment gets close, your arm starts flailing about because it hits the raptor. This is a bad spot to save, but I'm gonna do it anyway. No gun. Like, I'm thinking it's gotta be a gun around the Jeep. There's 2 red raptors and then 1 yellow over here. Which means that this is the yellow raptor tribe, and the one I called yellow is not the yellow one, it's the orange one. I thought for certain that the yellow and orange was the same one.
Around 10.
It's doable. I feel like if the AI behaved as intended, then those raptors would fight. Like, they would be inclined to fight, which would have helped me here, but... Like, you can't outrun raptors if they don't happen to trip. So, like, you can only really outrun raptors if you have, like, level geometry. That you can, like, somehow make use of. Like, right now I'm making use of the fact that I can jump down slopes. That is technically a bit faster. They also don't like walking near things, so sometimes if I like walk close to something, it's not working now, of course. So I'm talking about it, so obviously it's not gonna work, and I'm dead. Maybe I should ignore these. I'm gonna need a weapon though. They're already chasing me. I'm gonna have to take him out. I feel like they wouldn't give me a toxic rifle if there wasn't a T-Rex at some point. That's my thought, at least. Then again, it could be just complete odd design choice or leftover from a T-Rex that isn't in it, or anything, really. No. Genuinely don't know how people speedrun this game if, like, just the pure RNG of the AI feels like it should make the game impossible to speedrun. Like, I know of, like, speedruns that make use of, like, really rare damage boosting. Like, certain levels in GoldenEye on, like, world record pace requires, like, a once-in-a-lifetime level of luck on like, just happening to get shot in the exact right frames by the guards, which is purely random. Because obviously the guns don't fire on the same frames every time you play. And and the AI is also coded to do different things and not always be firing. But this is worse, I would argue, because like you have no idea of like even manipulating the AI, because it doesn't work. Like the AI straight up doesn't work, which means that nope. Like, that was purely because I'm not able to actually aim the gun when it does that. Like, I can't hit it. All my shots will miss because my shots will literally... Like, the thing is, like, this game doesn't do a regular hit scan. I believe that's what it's called. When, basically, the game cross-references your aiming point and then, like, figures out should you be hitting the target here. And that's how it decides whether or not you hit your target. That's how a lot of shooters work. And it can then cross-reference. It's used a lot in online games so that it can actually cross-reference it to make sure that, you know, you hit on your end of the game and also the other end of the game. This game doesn't do that. This game literally fires like all the guns work as actual projectiles in like a line of fire, which means that the projectile has to spawn outside of the gun and then travel, which means that if you're close, oh my god, I can regen health here, and they're fighting. If you're close to the raptor when you shoot, the bullets will just travel through it or will start behind it. I think this spot is not going to be reliable because they can get to me. Because I'm on a physics object for starters. And they can walk up the slope, exactly. I was kind of hoping they would be too busy with themselves. Oh! The raptor died. It got stuck under the jeep. I have full health. Okay, good. Now, I'm gonna go up on this side.
Around 10.
Oh, hi, Jeb. I'm stuck. Okay, so the question is, will the yellow raptor be able to pathfind through the jeep? I think it just died. I think it managed to pull the jeep into itself. Yeah. It's dead. Oh my god. I didn't have to spend any ammo. Somehow the situation that killed me like over and over again just solved itself. Oh. I'm so glad I thought to jump on that jeep. That was a good choice. I wish Yeah, you missed the early stuff, but we had to replay this section over and over again because I couldn't find a gun, and I would die before I got to this gun. And if I happened to actually get to the gun in time, the raptors would be so close that my bullets would spawn outside of the raptors. It was, yeah.
Dinosaur park. What a great idea.
I mean, to be fair, Anne, this wasn't the park. This was the reservoir and research station. And apparently there are 3 more islands. I found this out today. And like, according to Jurassic World Evolution, John Hammond and InGen actually bought out 5 islands called like the Devil 5 or something. Like the Evil 5 or the Cursed 5, something like that. In Spanish, of course. And in Jurassic World Evolution, you apparently get to build on the other islands. Like, one of them is literally called, like, Isla Muerta, which I believe is, like... Luis can correct me on this, but I believe that is, like, literally just, like, Island of Death or something. And that's apparently where Henry Wu's secret research happened, and it's called, like, Site C. It's like, wow. We're just repeating stuff now. So we have officially entered Yellow Raptor territory. So that part, but that's cool. So that part actually did end up Isla Muerta. So Island of Death, right? Muerta is death, right? Or something akin to death. I have not taken Spanish since middle school, so I might be completely wrong. Well, I'm thinking, I seem to recall Muerta being deaf. And of course, in Latin, it's, oh my god, I'm stuck. No!
6 rounds.
5, 4, 3, 2. I was going to say mortis is Latin for death, but
1 shot.
so it would make sense that something derived from that. Sorry, something derived from that would be death. Yeah, I mentioned all the islands on Twitter earlier when I was reading about them, but I forget what all 3 of them were called.
What a great idea.
Oh yeah. I should be clear. I believe that like all of the islands are real, or at the very least, like some of them are. Like it's part of the it's part of an oh god, how is this pronounced? Archipelago. Yeah, I don't remember what the actual thing is called right now. Where did there it is.
9.
Is it just me or is this, are these Jello-raptors like faster? I just talked about how raptors actually weren't very fast.
Looks like 20.
Yeah, those are it. And 3 of those you can build on in evolution. That's another Albertosaur there. I think if they make another Dino Crisis, they should have an Albertosaur named Wesker. That's a little Resident Evil joke there. The bigger the dinosaur, the harder they actually have for chasing me, so that's why I'm considering maybe not shooting the Albertosaur, because I might need the ammo. And it's quite easy to dodge the bigger ones. No.
Tension.
This is the second Albertosaur in this level, by the way. Whoa! Whoa, oh! They're so clumsy. I showed Clara the wrestling match yesterday. Like, she was just... Like, both of us were laughing. Like a ridiculous amount. But, like... Yeah, it's just as funny in rewatching. Wow, 1 hit. Maybe I should kill it. There was a rifle over there anyway, so...
13. 12. 9. 6.
There we go. I am pretty confident in my aiming for the most part at this point, because I've gotten used to it, but for the raptors, they're so small and so fast that the unreliableness and the fact that like nothing actually shoots straight, like there's always like some RNG involved, this makes it very hard.
4. 3. 2. 1. Empty. About 20. 17. 13. 10. 9. 8. 6.
There are 5 shots left. That can be enough to take out a raptor if we need it. So I'm gonna save. At some point probably, but I don't have it. And I never use Epic Game Store. Like I every time I try, I get so frustrated with the storefront. Like I logged on to get the free Discord Nitro thing and Control, and just trying to get that sorted was just pissing me off. And again, as mentioned, if it was free, it was probably not free with all the DLC. Because like there are, I believe, 8 packs of DLC, and I refuse to obtain a incomplete pack. So I was gonna check up here first, but I think we might get a voice line here, so... I'm gonna drop the rifle here, because I think I will lose it while jumping around here otherwise. That was really cheap. That was a really cheap death. If I'm gonna use a storefront through a web browser, then what's the point of having a launcher? Like, I can't stand Epic Game Store, and I can't stand Epic in general at this point. Like, Steam is bad enough. Steam is terrible, and yet it's so much better than Epic when it comes to just having a functioning store.
5 rounds left.
Well, the thing is, like... The thing about, like, Jurassic World Evolution is that the base game was... Well, it did not get a good reception. You want the expansion stuff. Like, that's the good stuff. I believe if you buy the physical release, you actually get everything. At least on the Switch you do. But yeah, I'm hoping it goes on sale on the Steam Summer Sale, and I might get it then. I wishlisted the second game as well on Steam. Yeah, and I'm guessing the complete edition is actually complete, otherwise that would be really frustrating. I know that the last DLC came out quite late, the Return to Jurassic Park DLC, which essentially like gives you access to the 1993 version of the park, and actually brought back like all the actors like Sam Neill and Laura Dern, and I mean Jeff Goldblum was already in it, so. Oh, okay, there's an invisible wall here. I'm not supposed to go here. That's odd. I thought this was actually where I was supposed to head. I guess this is a faster way up the ruins. That means I don't have to deal with death puzzles. Take it. Although I do kind of want to explore the ruins, so I'm going to do a save file here. Well, look at that, more ruins.
Followed a scheme I only vaguely understood, marking seasons and the lunar year and the movement of the stars.
There was a raptor there, but that was clearly something larger than just... Okay, nice. I'm gonna try and shoot this raptor.
4, 2. Empty. Feels full.
Where did it go? Is it this one? Well, it depends on my... It depends entirely on how close I am to the dinosaur. Like, it's completely dependent on that, because if I'm like at a decent range, I can sort of figure out where the center of my screen is, and I'm trying to like do this in a way that I will hit the center at like a I don't know, 6 to 10 meters range, but outside of that it's really difficult. I think what would really have been nice actually was if the game had like a Resident Evil 4 style aiming mode where like you had like a laser
The buildings followed a scheme I
to help you
only
aim.
vaguely understood, marking seasons and the lunar year and the movement of the stars.
Like just being able to see a red dot on the dinosaur you're aiming at to, you know, inform you that you will hit would help a lot.
4, 3, 2. That's it.
It'd be great if they could like try and attack me now, because like they probably can't get in here because they're not good at buildings. Then I could just shoot them. Okay, good. Oh, this is a pretty widely open door, so... One down. Still don't know where the big one is. Can only hear it. Alright, there we go. Hello, Marine! Could really use another weapon to switch to right now. Hopefully there's one inside the temple here. Or, I don't know if this actually is a temple or not, but it's a building. Ah, more yellow raptors. Although we're indoors, that should give me the advantage. Oh, that's not good. Are you fucking kidding me? God, I was so certain. I was like, oh, nice. I cleared it. I killed the raptor. Now I can just calmly find another gun and I'll be fine. But no, of course, the roof collapses in on me. I also love how, like, the moment it's like an environmental hazard, it's instant death. Like I do realize that a stone roof collapsing in on you probably would kill you. But considering how little the piece that fell was and how close to me it was when it fell, at full health, come on, Anne could have taken it. I'm gonna go this way this time. Oh, hello.
4, 3, 2, 1.
No. I thought that was a great idea, but nope. Did I watch the Muppet Show Dinosaurs? Well, it wasn't a Muppet Show, was it? It was a, but it was a Jim Henson production. No, it never aired in Sweden, at least not on any channel I had. So I only really know of it, like, more as an adult. Like, I watched a really in-depth retrospective on, like, Jim Henson's TV work. You probably heard of it, Defunctland. Defunct TV. Which is a sub-series to Defunctland. Did a really long series of videos going through Jim Henson's work. Specifically his TV work. And yeah. Well, I mean, technically they do. Technically, a Muppet is a is it moving puppet? I forget what the actual name means, but yeah. So like in that regard, but you know, it's not the Muppets, which is what I'm starting to get. Starting to think it's easier to kill dinosaurs by shoving the gun down their throat. Because that wasn't the bullet that killed it. That counted as a melee hit somehow. And it got like stuck between my gun and the floor, which is why it gave this big splash damage. Or a splash of blood. Like, it counted that as being squashed. Which, you know, it's good for me, but suggests that Anne is very, very, very strong. Which we technically already knew, but
8 left.
even stronger than we thought. Unless there's a roof involved. Oh, hello. Shit. My aim is a bit off. There we go. Don't you dare.
4, 3.
I took more shots than I wanted, but that's okay. Marionette plus puppet, that's it, yeah.
Empty.
God fucking damn it! See, I was literally trying to see if I could, like, make pushing between the gun and the floor a tactic to kill there, but it obviously didn't work. Which meant that I had to go and get my other rifle. I should mention, for those who came in late, I do have another rifle. I have the Toxic rifle, which is the only rifle that can take out a T-Rex. And because they gave me this at the start of the level, I'm thinking there's gonna be a T-Rex on this level, so I'm saving it. So far there hasn't been a T-Rex. So far all it has done is take up space in my inventory. Where did I go up? Is it here? But to answer your question again, no, I did not watch dinosaurs. Dinosaur kids shows, when I grew up, there really weren't that many that was on TV for me. Like, Dino Riders, but that was very short-lived. Like, I think they only made like 12 episodes or something of that.
2. 1. Empty. 8 left.
What the? Are you for fucking... It's a kids show. Just because it's fun for adults as well doesn't mean it's not a kids show. Like the same thing you said about the Muppets. Like... I definitely consider Muppets a kids show. Funnily enough, like, Fragglers, was that it? Fraggles? Fraggle Rock. It was Fragglarna in Swedish. That actually did air here. I never got into it. I never liked live action. Well, okay, I guess it's. I mean, it is live action. But it's also animation. It's puppetry. But like, I never liked dubbed live action. Like as a kid, it bothered me because the lip movements were so clearly, you know, not accurate. Like cartoons, fine. That generally worked without issue, but I really didn't like
8 left.
Live action with dubs. So I could not get into Fraggle Rock as a kid. Although I know a lot of other people who really liked it. What the? Did that spawn when I look away? Like, how did I not hear or see them? I looked everywhere before I started moving. I like the Muppets, alright. Although, most Muppet media is not dubbed in Swedish. Oh, actually, maybe there are dubs, actually, I don't know. But definitely some of it that was dubbed, and I didn't care for it. But I was able to get a hold of English Muppet content at fairly young age, which is how I liked that. Mainly, honestly, it was mainly the movies you could find in English. You know, back in the VHS era. These days, you can obviously find everything in English. It's very easy because it's on the DVD, or the Blu-ray, or the on-demand releases, or anything really. Like, it's gonna exist with English as an option, but... Oh, fuck. There's the T-Rex. Because I think maybe we have been able to, like, lure off the raptors. But now we have another friend.
3 shots.
Okay. We need to hit all 3 in the head, otherwise it won't work. So this is a different T-Rex model. Well, skin. It's the same model. Oh! Hold on, I just want to study. Maybe I should study it after I shoot it. Oh god! Okay, so, this T-Rex... Is this T-Rex bigger than the last ones? Feels like it is. Oh, it tripped over. I mean, that works for me. Oh my goodness! It fell on me. I'm dead. I'm actually dead. I think the raptor killed me, that or when I tried to jump out of it, it happened, but... So, you might be wondering, how come it only took 2 shots? I think the damage it took from tripping over was so much that it actually died. This is a bit of a shame. I wanted to look at it a bit closer. Actually, I'm gonna do a save here. Dead Trex. And then I'm gonna reload, because I do want to look at it closer while it's actually alive. So this is really nice. This is a new skin. It almost looks like it's been burnt, like it's been charred. If you watched Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, this is a bit of a spoiler, I guess, but at the end of the first season, Toro, the Carnotaurus, they actually blow up Toro. Like, they ignite this big fire explosion. Like, it doesn't die, like, but it gets really badly burnt. And, like, its body looks like this when it appears in Season 2. Later. Like, just really badly damaged with, like, burn scars. Now, I don't think this is actually burn scars. I think it's just meant to be black pattern. It's like a red and black T-Rex. I think it's really pretty, actually. Also, it's gotten stuck here, so we can have a really nice look at it. So, T-Rex. We didn't really do an anatomy study on the T-Rex because there was no way to be safe around it. So let's have a bit of an anatomy study now. This is actually a pretty decent T-Rex for its time. It walks pretty horizontally rather than upright, which is good. That's what the T-Rex did. It has a pretty long tail, which is nice. The arms are too small. Like, yes, the T-Rex did have small arms, but not that small. The legs are a bit long, actually, and they should be a bit meatier. Whether or not they had feathers is debatable. We don't know for certain the T-Rex had feathers. It probably did. But exactly what kind of feathers they were, if they were proto-feathers or not, can't really say. So I'll let that slide. There's no lips on it. The T-Rex most likely had lips. Exactly how those lips would have looked, we can't really say. But it would not have visible teeth when its mouth is closed like this. See, anything else I can think of? Maybe the tail's a bit short, actually. But it does keep the tail out properly to keep balance. I like that. That's very good. Yeah. The feet. Oh, the feet got stuck. No, they do actually have the extra bone there. Okay, no, the feet are pretty good. Yeah, this is a pretty decent T-Rex. This is, yeah, perfectly fine, actually. Much better than a lot of even contemporary T-Rex configurations in media. Thank you for your cooperation. You're a very pretty T-Rex. could probably just have left without killing it. It was so nice to me. I don't know what it was doing. It was like the AI forgot I was there. Like, it didn't even try to attack. Because, like, the way the enemies attack in this game, I mentioned this earlier, but, like, they don't have attack animations. They were supposed to, but it's Trespasser. Things got cut for time. So what they actually really only do is, if their mouth is near you, they start dealing damage. Repeatedly. Oh, a Mayan face! The more famous Mayan face did not make it into the game, but... Oh god. But can be found in one of the prototypes. I bet we could have killed the T-Rex with that if we wanted to. Really nothing up here? That's pretty disappointing. But yeah, so the fact that the T-Rex like didn't seem to try and get its head towards me would suggest that it actually like just forgot about me and wasn't trying to kill me anymore. It could just have been that the AI got confused. Yeah, that's how the attacks work. Although there are other ways to attack. For example, they can trample. If something is caught beneath another dinosaur, it also takes damage. Which is why it's possible that I died earlier, because I tried to jump out of the T-Rex body, and because of that, the T-Rex pushed me down and gave me trample damage, or being stuck damage. I forget what the actual term for it is. It's like in Doom when you close the door on an enemy. It's like just this consistently dealing of damage until well, until the thing is gone. It's like there is a term for it, and like an actual game development term. And yeah, I also want a modern Trespasser with the same clunkiness. Well, no, I actually want some of the clunkiness to be removed, because I think in Trespasser, had it not been for, you know, the horrific development history that the game had, there's actually a lot of really good stuff here that, if they worked as intended, could have made for a really like super good, genuinely great game. And it's kind of sad, in my opinion, that dead level, that we haven't seen another game attempt that since. That was a pretty short level once we got out of the early cycle of raptors killing us. Oh, speaking of raptors killing us, let's see, there's always guns at the start. There's always guns at the... There's no guns at the start. Oh shit. Pick up the rock. Pick up the rock. Pick up the... Let's try again. Yeah, that was Ascent 1. We're now on Ascent 2. And then there's Summit, the last level. Marine, have you seen Trespasser before? Or rather, have you seen the entirety of Trespasser before? Alright, alright. I'm asking because I asked the people who haven't seen it before to predict what the final boss fight is. So don't say what it is. I know what it is, to be clear. I have also played through Trespasser before, although it was over 20 years ago. But I'm pretty sure I remember the final boss fight correctly. Yeah, Louise bet on the Spinosaurus. Simon, who isn't here right now, bet on a T-Rex that will be engulfed in lava to kill it. And I have not said whether or not those are true. I did say it wasn't a helicopter, though. That I did confirm. Because I said it was a dinosaur, so... Yeah. I was thinking we were gonna finish the game yesterday. And I actually did put like a clue towards what the final boss was in like my Jurassic June tweets yesterday, but then we didn't finish the game yesterday, so it was kind of pointless. Oh, shit. What is making that sound? Also, I should probably save, because I have 2 guns, and that's always good. God, yesterday was really, really painful. God, I'm glad that that Ascent didn't have any keycard puzzles. This seems odd, because I feel like I walked the only direction there was, but this feels like I'm gonna hit an invisible wall or something. Or maybe not. It's actually stuff over here, but that looks very wrong. I should be heading upwards. No, I can't walk here. The problem with this game is that all the environmental textures for like rocks and grass and stuff like that is really low res, so you never really know if you're like going somewhere the game doesn't want you to, and that's why it's low res, or if it's just like that. Although this looks pretty rough. This doesn't seem like a place I'll be able to get out of. But we'll try. Oh yeah, I forgot. We were counting T-Rexes. Which T-Rex was that we... It's the 5th T-Rex? See, the first T-Rex was the green T-Rex in the Industrial Jungle level. And then there was the green and brown T-Rexes that fought... Or I should say the male and female T-Rexes that fought in the Indian Town level. And then there was the brown T-Rex at the harbor. And then this red and black T-Rex. So yeah, that'd be 5 T-Rexes, right? Well, I don't know how many there are. Lore-wise, there should be 7. Because there were 7 kingdoms on the island that each had a Tyrannosaurus ruling. Although they did suggest that one of the regions was actually ruled by the Albertosaur, which would mean that it's 6. But it's also a bit odd because 2 of the T-Rexes were in the same region, and considering the Lost World, there should be a male and female T-Rex that don't fight and get along. So there probably are more T-Rexes than just those 7, but in the game there was supposed to be 7. Now, famously, or infamously, I guess is the right term, the light green, sort of turquoise, tealish T-Rex that was in a lot of
Feels full.
press material and trailers and screenshots is not in the game. I mean, it actually is in the game now because I've modded it in, but it ended up being cut. We're not entirely sure why, considering, they had the T-Rex, and they had the T-Rexes. They could have replaced one of the existing T-Rexes just with a light green one, but I think maybe they felt it didn't look right. Like it was too bright for the aesthetic or something. I think this is an invisible wall. Oh wait, maybe not. Looks like there's a gun over there. Yeah. Those are guns, so this is not an invisible wall.
8 left. Feels full.
No, I know it's called the ascent because we're ascending up the mountain, but we're really walking down more than up, I feel. Okay, my angle is very off right now. There we go.
About half a clip. Nearly empty. Hasn't been used.
Well,
Empty.
is that modern Jurassic Park lore? Like, is that something stated in like Jurassic World or something? Because obviously that would be post Trespasser retcons if so. Oh, by the way, I posted a screenshot comparison of that yesterday after we streamed, and I was so disappointed in myself because
8 left.
it was the MP5, not the not the Mac 10 that the screenshot used. I picked the wrong gun. I need to redo it at some point. I love that screenshot though. It's a great screenshot. It makes the game look really functional. Because it's all fake. It's all material. Alright. Yeah, well, it is worth mentioning that they made the T-Rexes in the 80s. And 10 years have passed. So T-Rexes can have grown up as well. Now, admittedly, a T-Rex will not reach full size until it's about 22 years old. But they do have the whole accelerated age thing going on. I don't know if that was actually canon back then, but it's canon now that they accelerate the growth of the dinosaurs to reach maturity faster.
Eight left.
Because obviously in the Lost World, for example, there's the baby T-Rex as well. Which, going by its size, should probably be about 2 years old. Oh shit.
3.
Of course, as with everything, it's hard to judge stuff by actual dinosaur facts because Jurassic Park often doesn't adhere to actual dinosaur facts. Like, for example, Rexy should not be in Dominion. Rexy should be dead. She cannot be that old. The T-Rexes in the Lost World had names as well. Like, not officially named in the movie or novel names, but like on-set names. I never remember what they were. Both the male and female raptor actually had like names they used on set for them. I'm sure if you read about it on the wiki, it says there. The name Rexy, I mentioned this earlier, but the name Rexy comes from the novel. The T-Rex and Isla Nublar in the Jurassic Park novel is called Rexy. And then that became a fan name for the movie, and it was said in the movie, until Camp Cretaceous, where they actually call it Rexy. Or her Rexy. Which I thought was a really nice touch. It's one of those nice ways that Camp Cretaceous like references a variety of Jurassic Park media and not just the films. I think that's really cool. Like how they have a reference to, I believe, the Game Gear, the Lost World game at one point, which is like wonderful. Speaking of, if you like, that can't be good. Platforming. If you like compsognathus,
Looks like 20.
you know, the tiny killers from the Lost World. Oh yeah, like I mean, I think it's a nice model, and I do like, as you said, that she has scars from the raptors, although they have partially healed. Because, you know, it's been, you know, 20 years. But I don't like any of how the effects look in Jurassic World. Fallen Kingdom, it's fixed. Fallen Kingdom, it looks great, but
17.
I don't know. I don't like how things look in Jurassic World.
15.
I do think it's a bit of a shame that in Camp Cretaceous, they actually left out the scarring. I don't know why either, cause like, they have scars on Toro, so like clearly they are allowed to show
4.
detailed, even bloody scars
Empty.
on
That's
the
it.
dinosaurs.
Feels full.
But for some reason she doesn't have scars in Camp Cretaceous. It's odd. Although it's probably just because they wanted her to look like her Jurassic Park 1 appearance. Like, she doesn't actually appear in the first season outside of the opening sequence, which is just like, you know, a Jurassic Park reference. So by the time for the second season where she actually does appear, it maybe just made sense to just keep the model as it was, so that kids who maybe haven't seen the film don't think it's a different T-Rex. But yeah, like when they things like Toro, the Carnotaurus, in season 1, like she first appears in episode 2,
7 shots.
and they like deal pretty bad damage to her face in that episode. So like she actually has a big gushing bloody scar for the rest of the season. That's before they blow her up, like I mentioned. they don't blow her up. They set off an explosion by her. But yeah. So like the show isn't afraid to show like violence being used towards the dinosaurs and show the dinosaurs badly damaged. So I don't know why they didn't give Rexy her scars. Another thing I don't like about, and this is super petty, and I will acknowledge this is just literally just a nitpick that isn't even important. Rexy's roar in Jurassic World is wrong.
5. 3. 1. That's it. Full clip. Full clip.
Like Rexy's roar in Jurassic World is closer, or maybe even based on the Lost World T-Rex's roars. Although in Fallen Kingdom, they reverted back to Rexy's roar, but made it a little like darker, to make it seem a bit older. So it sounds good there, and I'm guessing they've done the same for Dominion. But like Rexy's roar is pretty iconic, So like, while I don't think you have to like strictly stick to iconography, in fact I think that's a bad thing to do, I feel like if you're gonna have Rexy and Rexy's gonna roar, then use Rexy's roar. Like, that just makes sense. If it's another T-Rex, then by all means use any roar you feel like, but yeah. Did we talk about the Gigantosaurus yesterday? Or was that revealed after we streamed? So,
About half a clip.
Colin Trevorrow talked about Dominion.
Nearly empty.
If you don't know, Dominion was meant to release this month, like next week, I think. It was delayed for about a year, following, you know, everything. So a lot of the details about the film has been already been set in stone. But anyway, so yeah, I know he referred to a Gigantosaurus as Dominion's villain, and basically there's going to be a fight apparently between Rexy and the Gigantosaurus, and he said that he saved the Gigantosaurus for the finale because it's the biggest dinosaur, which it's not. It's not the biggest dinosaur. Maybe he said it was the biggest theropod, which that might be true. I'm not actually sure. But anyway, I think that's fine. Like, a Gigantosaurus is cool. That's a perfectly good thing to fight against. Now, I don't know if he meant that that's something that happens in the
Around 10.
flashback that the trailer description talked about. And that it will be like, not Rexy, but rather the T-Rex that the mosquito took blood from that fights the Gigantosaur. But assuming that it's Rexy in present day, it seemed to suggest that that's going to be like the big monster of the film, like how the Indominus Rex was a film of a monster of Jurassic World, the Spinosaurus of Jurassic Park 3, the Utahraptor of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, sort of. It's only in the last act, but still. And I thought this was strange because, on one hand, I'm perfectly happy with seeing a Gigantosaurus
7.
as the big movie monster. I mean, it's an underrated dinosaur for sure. But I thought it was a bit strange because they call this Jurassic World Dominion, and they keep being like
Full.
very clear that this is like the conclusion of the Jurassic World trilogy, and like the theme of Jurassic World contra the themes of Jurassic Park, like one of the things that have been consistent so far has been that it involves designed dinosaurs. That is to say, dinosaurs that are not replications of what they think is real dinosaurs, but rather just completely new dinosaurs. You had the Indominus Rex, you had the Indoraptor, and you had Scorpius Rex in Camp Cretaceous. And also to a degree, the raptors they have in the World series, Blue, Charlie, Delta, and Echo, are all like modified as well. Like, they're not just Jurassic Park velociraptors, but rather they've been modified genetically to be able to respond better to humans. So like the whole concept of like humans designing dinosaurs has kind of been part of Jurassic World as a brand. So I think it's kind of odd if it's just the Gigantosaurus that's the big bad of the big finale. That's not a designed new dinosaur, which, you know, I would be fine with if if they didn't call it Jurassic World. If it was just called Jurassic Park Dominion or Jurassic Dominion or hell, just Dominion, the logo is enough to tell people it's Jurassic Park. I would be fine with it, but I think it's very odd if there's not going to be another designed dinosaur. Especially because, like, what does that say for, like, Dr. Henry Wu's, like, story? Like, what, did he just stop? Did he finally stop doing that stuff, or are we gonna, like, conclude that his villain arc in the cartoon instead? Like, seems odd to just leave it with, oh, we knocked him out in Fallen Kingdom. That was it. Like, if that was enough to stop him cloning monster dinosaurs, I feel like the events of Jurassic Park would have stopped him. Granted, I do also feel that, like, you can't really do much with Wu, aside from having one of his own creations eat him. Which, like, that's already what happens in the novel. And he survived in the film instead of dying like in the novel. So that seems odd.
The Corporation is taken out of my hands by a vote of the board of directors. My nephew dispatches his team.
Wait, 96? It was 96? Wasn't it 97? Anyway. Anyways, like, and also in the comics, Dr. Wu also died. So it's like, yay, Dr. Wu got to live, even though he died in the source material, only so we can kill him again.
Story on the television news or in the tabloids.
Physics puzzle. Oh, this is gonna take a while, isn't it? Wait, what? It actually did land there. Just didn't...
Feels full.
Okay, this is potentially a bad idea, but I'm gonna try it.
8 left. 7. 6. 5. 4. 2.
It doesn't work.
1.
Oh! I am a genius!
Hasn't been used.
No?
Hasn't been used.
No, no, please just stop for a moment. Okay.
In 1989, the park was nearly complete. Our investors demanded on-site approval, and I, idiotically as it now turned out, believed we were ready.
Hasn't been used. Eight left.
Oh, wow. That makes 0 sense.
Hasn't been used. I bet you can see all the way to Costa Rica or Panama.
I don't think so. The draw distance is not gonna let us do that. How did you get up here?
half gone. Almost gone. That's it.
I think we're very close to the end.
The debacle of August 27th, 1989 is now quite well known, and the legal consequences were, as you may well imagine, rather extensive.
Wait, are they implying that Jurassic Park 1 takes place in 89? Does it? I thought it was 92 or 93. Don't they say that in Jurassic World? Like, oh, it'll be like 1993 all over again. Or are they referring to the person who dies in the intro of Jurassic Park 1? The one that Rexy eats. That might have been 89. You really are supposed to shoot your way through these, huh?
17.
Oh, well, oh, that's actually a definition question. Actually, let me respond to this in two parts.
Tension.
First off, so
About
I'm
15.
guessing that would be the T-Rex thing then,
13.
which I didn't realize that person
Tension.
doesn't actually die. That means that there's only 3 deaths in Jurassic Park 1 and not 4. Whoa! And to the question, what's your favorite InGen clone species? That's a very good question, because I want to say the Spinosaurus, because Spinosaurus is my favorite dinosaur. But well, it's not technically one of InGen's cloned dinosaurs, or rather,
Quite well known.
so
May well imagine.
I'm gonna wait for Richard Attenborough to finish. The thing about Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus is that it's kind of an unfinished plotline.
9. 7. 6.
So they point out in Jurassic Park 3 that there is no Spinosaurus according to InGen's records on Isla Sorna. And yet the Spinosaurus is the main villain of that film. And of course the tagline for Jurassic Park 3.
1989, I sat on a wooden bench in the waiting room in Washington, D.C. A government panel put me on the stand. As my name was read out, the session room went silent.
No, it did not. No, it did not. That's incorrect.
Towards the stand.
Okay, so
I was being called to account.
Um,
But I had no clear explanation to give.
okay, first off, the implication is that if likely through recessive genes, the Spinosaurus evolved naturally on the island outside of control. Alternatively, it was a secret project, possibly the prototype for what would later become the Indominus Rex. Anyway, Spinosaurus was meant to appear in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. It was part of the scene of the dinosaurs escaping the lava. Now that would have been a different Spinosaurus, not the one on Isla Sorna. There is a record that Spinosauruses have been subjected to cruelty, but there's been no record of what happened to the Isla Sorna Spinosaurus. Which is why I'm thinking Camp Cretaceous. The kids have left Isla Nublar now, so where are they gonna end up? They can't do a season 4 of them coming back home. That's not gonna be fun. So, you know, time for Spinosaurus to come back. But yeah, they did have Spinosauruses, or at least one Spinosaurus, on Isla Nublar, and that one was subjected to cruelty, and would have either died in the lava or fled to sea, and you know, they live at sea, so it would have done just well with that. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much of Camp Cretaceous, but suffice to say, Season 3 ends with the implication of more stuff coming.
5.
And it would be very strange,
3.
very strange, if they just went back to Isla Nublar.
That's it.
Not just could live, they did live in the sea.
Almost out. That's it.
I gave myself full lonely discipline.
The Dinosaur Protection Group list says the Spinosaurus was subject to cruelty. It doesn't say it's extinct.
I stood apart. Mastered codes and lost worlds of heat and cold.
Ugh.
The debacle of August 27th, 1989 is now quite well known, and the legal consequences were, as you may well imagine, rather extensive.
Ten shops. Nearly empty. Eight left.
On October the 3rd, 1989, I sat on a wooden bench in the waiting room in Washington, D.C. The government panel.
Well, yeah, it must have been, because it was, well, first of all, it was on Nublar.
As my name was read out.
The Masrani Corporation did not bring dinosaurs from Sorna to Nublar.
I was being called.
That is
but I had
not something they did.
no clear explanation to give.
And the one that was supposed to appear in Fallen Kingdom would have been more in line with the the actual
Six left.
Spinosaurus with like the ridge on the forehead and stuff like that. And like from what I remember, like it actually like was like it was cut during editing. Like it wasn't a case of like them just not wanting it in there and then changing the story. Well, they cloned more dinosaurs. Like, they've spent years cloning dinosaurs.
I gave myself
They have all the research, you know?
strange, lonely discipline of the market, investment strategies and profit. I stood apart, master of codes and lost worlds of heat and cold, and the sleep of 100 years.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired of this exact problem with firing.
4. One.
Like, I mean, Camp Cretaceous literally showed them when they're cloning and breeding the Ankylosauruses.
Hasn't been used.
So, like, that's not a problem. Oh my god, I'm so fucking tired of this bullshit! Gonna have to listen to Lord Richard Attenborough all over again. All because the bullshit aiming system interferes with the models of the game. You know, this is actually why, when you design first-person shooters, you always make sure that
August 27th,
the
1989 is now quite well known.
guns are not part of the 3D rendering collision space. They only render from the first person perspective and they're considered an overlay. Because otherwise you will run into stuff like this, and no game should have this. Anyway, the dinosaurs on Allosaurus, like, they're not, you know, they're supposed to be free. They're not supposed to be in captivity. That's kind of like the big point. And while I don't like Masrani for the same reasons I don't like John Hammond, like, they're ignorant capitalists, but like
20.
he did specifically make sure to not do anything John Hammond wouldn't do, and John Hammond was all about we need to keep the dinosaurs in Allosaurus free on Allosaurus. So that has remained as well. Which is why it would be really fun if the next Camp Cretaceous season is set there, because that's gonna be an interesting change.
8 shots. 7. 6. 10 shots. About 20.
Fuck. Okay, there we go. No!
Ow!
Oh, I survived. That's even worse. Oh, we haven't actually seen it yet. We haven't seen it since Jurassic Park 3.
Almost out.
The debacle of August 27th, 1989 is now quite well known, and the legal consequences were, as you may well imagine, rather extensive.
I mean, if they were gonna bring dinosaurs in from Sorna, they would probably bring in more T-Rexes for starters. That would be like a big hit.
10 shots. 8 shots. 7.
The reason I'm shooting from on this angle, even though that might seem counterintuitive, is because I don't actually move with this platform. So if I stand still, I will fall after it has rotated. So I need to put it at a decent motion, and so that I can actually like run on it and jump off from the right point.
On October the 3rd, 1989, I sat on a wooden bench in the waiting room in Washington, D.C. The government panel put me on the stand. As my name was read out,
I don't know, considering like...
they walked up the aisle towards the stand. I was being called to account, but I had no clear explanation to give.
Like, considering it was like confined to one little pen and like rarely even shown. Well, yeah, one died in one died, I believe, during the early years or something like that.
The strange, lonely discipline of the market, investment strategies and profit. I stood apart, master of codes and lost worlds of heat and cold.
Oh, they just sunk into the ground.
100 million years.
7. 6. 5. 4.
Finally.
Hasn't been used.
Oh my god. What? Oh, no, that's fine. By all means, keep talking. I mean, that's what the chat is for.
My work lies where I left it. If there was anyone brave enough and clever enough to take it and return the keys to time, perhaps the foundation of a new empire.
3 shots.
So, one thing that actually ended up being cut from the game that they talked about wanting to do is have you be able to find a statue of Hammond, and on that statue there would be the amber. How do I go up? Oh my god, is this really? Okay, hold on. First I'm gonna... If this is actually how you do it, this is a ridiculous idea for a puzzle. Oh my god, I think this is actually how you do it. So I need to somehow make it so that something weighs down on that. I was thinking the hand would work, but I'm gonna have to like run to it before it like... No, it doesn't work. Okay. Maybe if we... What? Oh my god. There is actually people that have done like ports of the maps in Trespasser into VR games, but I will never play that because I can't play VR games. Like, physically, I can't. My eyes can't handle it. Oh, oh, oh! Uh-huh. I hate the trend of VR games. Partially because I can't play VR games, so like, the more VR games that are made, the less games I get to play. But also just, I feel like it's just like... We don't know. Like, we don't know because the story was never finished. Like, Jurassic Park 4 never happened. Or rather, it was changed a bunch until it was a completely different thing. Oh god. Please tell me this overrides. It doesn't. This might be the worst puzzle design yet. Like, surely this cannot be the actual way they want you to do it. I'm not sure how else they would. But yeah, so the idea was that it was gonna be like further explored in the sequel, like what was going on, but that never happened. Can I shoot it?
Feels full.
Nope. Oh my god, I did it. Here we are. So, oh yeah, I never got to finish the thought. You were going to find a statue of Hammond, and on his cane it would be like the amber rock with the mosquito in it. You were gonna take that, and it was gonna appear in the final cutscene. Like, if you took it, it was gonna appear in the final cutscene. That it was cut among other things. Okay, I think this is just a boss fight. Oh fuck. Bullets? Really? You think there's bullets in this?
4 shots.
3. Oh my god. Is really all gonna be locked?
It hasn't been used. About half a clip. Almost out. That's it. Eight shots.
Okay. This game is strangely absent in music. What is it with dinosaur shooters and having very little music during the action? Like, we had that issue with carnivores. Jurassic the Hunter was technically an emulation issue, but even without emulation, it actually doesn't have a lot of music outside of specific parts of the game.
Looks like 7.
Like, this is good music, but it stops, like, the moment you get into the fighting. Oh, come on.
4 shots. Seven shots. 8 left.
What the? God, I hate how silent they are.
That's it. 7 shots. 6. 5. That's it. Empty.
Oh my fucking god, this is so annoying. But this is only hard because of the bullshit aiming.
Looks like 7.
The box art proclaims this is the future of 3D action. It was not. Well, unless you count the Wii. It worked much better then, because you had a controller that actually supported this kind of aiming. And often you had a crosshair as well.
3. Feels full. 3 shots.
It's odd, it's the same card reader thing, but this one is open, the other one isn't.
4 bullets.
Still isn't bullets, but, you know, fair enough. Okay. Is it related to these, you think? don't see why it would be. We need to head up there. Oh. Maybe this level is longer than I remember.
Feels full.
That seems to actually not work. Like I have to actually lower it somehow. Also, how the fuck did the raptors climb up here? There's gotta be some building I can go into. Or a switch, or something.
Hasn't been used.
Hovering is apparently a speedrun strat in this game. I'm not sure how it works because I haven't looked that up yet. I know what we're gonna do. Trespasser, you're reusing puzzles again. Oh, did I drop the gun? Oh well. I know where I dropped it, so. Hello, Brandon. Oh, I love it. Like, same here. I got this game when it first came out as a kid, back in '98, and I mean, I still love it, to be honest. But it is the most frustrating thing.
Hello? Hello? Anyone out there? I need help.
This is a United States Navy priority channel. Identify yourself and clear the air.
Ha! I mean, yes, I'm here. I'm on Site B.
Right. We get this a lot. Listen, please clear the channel.
No, I'm not kidding. I'm on Site B. I'm on the dinosaur preserve, for God's sake.
Be advised, we're triangulating your location, and that transmitting on this frequency is a violation. Sir, this is coming from the top of Mount Watson.
Ha!
Sorry, hold tight. Are you in any danger?
I'm fine. Just get me out of here.
Hold your position, ma'am. We've got people in the area. We're dispatching a helicopter to your current location.
Thank you. I mean, roger that. Over and out.
Okay. There are fans that are working on a remake, but I think there's promise in that. I talked about that earlier in the stream, actually. Funny you should mention CryEngine, though, because the original CryEngine, the first CryEngine, started as a... Like, the original tech demo made for it that became Far Cry was a dinosaur game. Okay. Brandon, have you seen the end of Trespasser before? If you haven't seen the ending of Trespasser before, I want you to guess what the final boss fight is. Because I've asked everyone who hasn't actually played through the game what the, if they can guess what the final boss fight is. Alright, alright. The guesses so far have been a Spinosaurus or a T-Rex that will die in lava. Oh yeah, of course, don't spoil it. Oh shit. There was one more. Where is it? There. Oh yeah.
Nearly. That's it.
Well, I mean, there is a helicopter coming, but
Full clip.
it's not a boss fight.
About half a clip.
Should I leave it? It might die on its own. Then again, it might also not die on its own, then come bite me in the back and kill me. That happens a lot. Like, speak of the devil. Well, that's cowgirl for starters, but like raptors are dangerous. You cannot leave them alive if you're gonna be in the area. They are basically the only dangerous enemy in the game because the bigger dinosaurs are not very dangerous. Okay, I'm gonna adjust my aim a bit. Oh God! Where did you come from? God.
Full clip.
Did I just drop that gun? I don't think I did. Okay, there we go. There is, like, where the fuck did that raptor come from? Alright, take care. Good night.
Nearly empty.
That was a nice death. There's at least one more. Where is it?
That's it. 4 shots. 3, 2, 1. Empty. Feels about half.
I'm not saving when I'm this low on ammo on the guns. It's better to start over and hope for a better run. I mean, this is generally a good rule in shooters, is to not save unless you are in a position where you will be safe from that point forward. Otherwise, you risk saving in a way that will harm your progress. Like, for example, I could have saved and ended up saving right before I get bit in the ass by this raptor. You thankfully get pretty good at figuring out when you can save when playing Trespasser a lot. Okay. So this is probably a safe place to save, for example. Yeah, but I mean, by that logic, I can save all the time, and that's not fun, so... Yeah, I don't like having useless save files. Like, that really bothers me. Close. Might be more raptors, though.
4 shots.
Why only 4? There used to be 8 in these. We never got the voice clip about the whole a boyfriend wasn't what I wanted thing that I was looking forward to. Guess we never found the room where that voice line triggers. Because that was not cut from the game, that is in the final game. Oh yeah, me too. Like, how the fuck did they, like, climb all the way up here? Because they can't walk straight. Like, they are terrible at anything that involves moving up a hill, and yet somehow I'm supposed to buy that they live in the mountains now. Maybe they somehow accidentally got up here and they can't walk down because of the physics engine.
4 bullets.
That is the most realistic explanation I can think of.
Almost gone. Almost gone.
Okay, there's one more coming. Well, yeah, definitely. There is no one. There's 3 more. We're gonna try and use level geometry to our advantage. Oh god. A raptor has glitched through the level geometry. This only happens... This frame rate, it's not your stream, it's the game. This happens if
A few weeks after we landed,
a
we went to the summit.
model gets stuck inside level geometry.
Hasn't been used.
Wow, I caught it midair. Shit. Hopefully, if we get far enough away from the raptor that's stuck, it will unload and it will solve our problem. Imagine this happening in a speedrun when you're on like world record pace.
Young technicians scrambled to set up the dish as the wind howled. High-speed uplink. State of the art. If we succeeded, the InGen technology would be historic.
I reckon on like an
We are
actual
planning to conquer time's power over life.
1998 computer, this would just crash, probably.
It would change all our lives as profoundly, as irrevocably as the atomic bomb.
That's actually, we've only had one crash this entire stream, all 3 streams, we've only had one crash. And I remember the game crashing a lot as a kid. Now granted, I did install the fan patches that should fix crashing, so maybe that's why. There we go, we got far enough away to unload the raptor. Now, how's that for video games? So, Spinosaurus, T-Rex in a volcano? Well, we're not on a volcano. But T-Rex? Let's find out. Don't spoil it. There it is. Sorry, I had to die to get a good look at it. This is... Well, okay. This is the first raptor they made. They talked about it in the plot earlier. Or the narration earlier. It's not a velociraptor. Now, it's often called a proto-raptor. But that's in part because the actual raptor it's based on was kind of not very known at the time. It's a Utahraptor. The arguably most dangerous dinosaur that ever lived. There was also a boss fight in Jurassic the Hunted, and I talked about it on the Daily Dinosaur Details yesterday. I'm not gonna do this cheaply, that's not fun. Also, weren't you going to bed? I'm gonna replace this gun because it's bad.
Gone. Ten shots. Feels full. Ten shots.
I mean, it was the biggest and most dangerous raptor. What were they gonna do? There, they spawned.
Feels full.
Where did the MP5 go? Shit.
About half a clip. Feels about half. Almost gone. Empty. 4 bullets. Empty.
There it is. No!
Feels full.
And it's dead. Little disappointing. Went by pretty fast once we got the weapons out. But isn't it pretty? The red and black markings on it. It's gorgeous. The raptors are really nice and colorful in this game, and I like that. Okay, so let's move her over. Come on. There we go. So we have the killer claw, or the sickle claw, as it's also called. Yeah, I mean, we've already gone over the raptor anatomy, so I'm not gonna go over it again. But this one has a significantly longer tail, I feel. So that's pretty cool. It's actually a little small. A full-grown Utahraptor should actually be like 7 meters before the tail. And this one is more like 3.5. So it should almost be like twice as big. It is bigger than a T-Rex, the Utahraptor. So this one's actually closer to like an Oviraptor in terms of size, but it's clearly not an Oviraptor. They have ridges here. The crest here, by the way, above the eye, that is incorrect. That is all the raptors in Jurassic Park have that, but that's not correct. The slit eye, we don't know for certain, but it's not entirely likely because they were probably not nocturnal. We don't know if it had lips or not, so that's fine. Yeah, that's the Utahraptor, or the Protoraptor, if you want to go by the... I forget if that's the actual, like, in-game name, or, like, file name, or not. I've seen some call it the Super Raptor as well, which I think is even less accurate. Alright, so now what? Do we need to jump over the fence here? Because it looks like we might have to do that. It's gonna... It actually makes me wonder if we're supposed to jump this fence. It makes me wonder if we can just escape the Utahraptor instead of killing it. That would make sense, considering indefinite ammo is not a... Like, the indefinite ammo would mean that you could put yourself in an unwinnable situation. Which would be... I mean, then again, wouldn't be out of fashion for Trespasser, honestly. But, still. Utahraptor, huh. Well, that makes even less sense. Because, as I said, first of all, they don't actually subscribe to that kind of pack behavior. Then again, in Jurassic Park they do. They're based on wolf, or rather, they're based on the inaccurate concept of wolf, because wolves also don't have an alpha male.
On that last day,
But,
I stood apart
yeah.
from the rest of them. The helicopters were setting down. Before me, the jungle spread out. I saw that a savage, primal age had begun again. Come on, son. Get us out of here.
Could they afford a helicopter model? Was there time for that? Nope. Well, no, they did, just not for the in-game part.
And pick up the phone sometime. Oh, and by the way, don't even bother calling me unless you have a damn good excuse.
She kept the Utahraptor claw. And again, don't even bother calling me unless you have a damn good excuse. They're clearly girlfriends. But yeah, that's the end of Trespasser. It's a cool game. It's an unfortunate game. It's a game that went through hell and back in development. It's a game that was rushed out, and most of the things planned for the game not implemented, and the stuff that was implemented didn't work. But there's no other game like it. And I would love for a game of its ambitions, of its potential, to happen again. Because there's a lot of really cool stuff here. Favorite moments and areas? I think my favorite area would be... Oh, that's actually pretty rough. I like, I think it's Jungle Road, second level, where you can find a spot where the little girl was killed in the beginning of the Lost World. I think that's a really cool place. It's the only actual voice clips from the films. So I do want to try out one more thing before we move on to looking at the development history of the game. Let's see. One of these should be the start of Industrial Jungle. Yeah, that is true. The puzzles were actually pretty good in Harbor. Is this the end of Jungle Road? Because the thing is... Oh, the game crashed.
My name is...
Oh yeah, of course, the best moment was the T-Rex fight where they suplexed each other. Oh, that was amazing. Let's see, is this Jungle Road? I don't know the... Because the thing is, I actually installed a mod. I installed a mod... Wow, okay. Actually, this is a good... I can check which level this is by restarting it. Yeah, this looks like Jungle Road. So does that mean that this is Industrial Jungle? Yeah, it is. It's a different loading screen. Perfect, okay. So I installed a mod. I installed a mod that restores the prototype version of the green T-Rex, the female T-Rex. And the thing is, I don't know where it spawned. Apparently, it spawns in location, well, 0.0.0, the default spawn location. I could shift it, but since I don't know where things are, it's not really that useful to try and shift it anywhere. But the thing is, I think if I just load a save file inside a level, it will also load the models and the enemies as they were, which, you know, will obviously mean no green T-Rex. So I need to actually reload the level. Although I guess I could maybe do that by dying and restarting, maybe, but it's easier to just load it properly by doing this, I feel. I think this is the end of Jungle Road right here. Yep, sure is. So, in theory, there should be a green T-Rex here somewhere. Let's go find it. Oh, wait. Okay. So...
1981.
Let's see.
I stumbled out of the helicopter, already beginning to sweat, and looked around at the lush forest, the wet leaves. The first task was genetic recovery, acquiring Jurassic or Cretaceous amber, extracting preserved DNA, and reassembling the complete sequences.
There's a raptor.
Bringing it up the well, they called it.
Gonna hopefully just run past.
3 cranes move more data faster than any computer center in the Americas.
Like, there is obviously a risk that the 0.0.0 location is off map.
In 11 months, Site B became the most powerful genetics facility in the world.
Whatever.
Oh, okay. I think I knew about those cheats from like when I was a kid, but yeah, I mean, I don't mind using them now that I'm just looking for green T-Rex, but
In a quiet, locked room, the extinction of species, the history of life on Earth, is being methodically revealed.
that's really annoying. I thought maybe it was gonna be up here, so I figured I would check. Seems not, though. This might not work out after all.
Ow! Ow!
Oh no. Yeah, fuck this, we're not doing this. It's way too annoying to deal with. Okay, so let's do a little look into Trespasser history, shall we? There we go. Trescom. Let's see if we can. Boom. Hello again. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna zoom in so it's easy to see. There's a lot of cool stuff that we can look at here to start with. We can look at some concept art. So let's see, this is actually just early screenshots right now. We're from the beach level. Here we have some early stuff. The old green T-Rex here. Green T-Rex attacking a raptor. Yeah, this is industrial jungle. Plantation house. This is a was this level in the final game? I don't think it was. I mean, maybe it was merged with Jungle Road. I don't think that horseshoe is in the final game. That's a different Velociraptor skin right there. Stegosaurus, I believe that's a different skin from the final Stegosaurus. Here's another look at the unused raptor. There's the final raptor there. Oh, this is a really good shot of the old raptor. That isn't in the game. It looks a lot like the Jurassic Park raptor rather than the Lost World raptor. There it is again, but much worse image. InGen Town, of course. Probably the most frustrating level we played. See if we can find anything fun here. I should bring up the chat in a separate window so I can actually read it. There. Now I can read it. I believe these screenshots are either like stuff that came with magazines, or like were put online early on. So like these are development screenshots. I like how this screenshot shows the problem with how the aiming works in the game. Don't remember these many weapons lying around anywhere in the final game. These are also very early models for some of the guns. Oh, and there it is. My favorite screenshot. Sadly, you cannot fight the T-Rex in this location without spawning it in yourself. And it's a very fake screenshot, likely just the models put in together in... I forget which 3D software they used for the screenshots, actually. I read about it somewhere. Like this flare is not the final game. That's not how blood looks in the final game. This clearly wouldn't hit there. The hand has like much nicer light on it. In general, the shading is much nicer than the actual lighting of the final game. It's a beautiful screenshot. It looks great. It was on the box, but sadly, not what the actual game looks like. Also, high-res texture on the brown T-Rex. I think it's the only time we see the high-res texture for the brown T-Rex. Planes. This is the level that was merged with InGen Town. It was going to be a big open level with like planes in it, so there will be like various dinosaurs. So here you have a herd of Triceratops. You never see more than one Triceratops at a time in a final game. Likely that part was cut because they probably ran into each other and kept hitting things. That looks like a green raptor, but it could just be the off color of the image. Stego. Two Parasaurolophys and two Stegos. They never appear each other in the same place at the same time in the final game as well. Also, very nice shading here. This is definitely not done in game. T-Rex and Brachiosauruses. Again, classic green T-Rex here. There's never more than two Brachiosauruses at once in the final game, and they don't appear in the planes. Oh, that's the final Stegosaurus skin, though. But there's the beta, or the early Raptor skin. Oh, here's a better look. Okay, no, it's just the standard raptor was not green, but there's a bunch of Stegosauruses here. Yeah, if we go back, this dam remained in the final game when it was merged with Indian Town. As you can see, there's no area like this in the final game. It's like just a bunch of wild dinosaurs, which is a shame because I think that would have like helped sell just the cool feeling of being on a dinosaur island a lot. Pine Valley, this level was also cut, although part of this level was kept in the demo for Trespasser, which I played as a kid as well. So this is all very early stuff. I believe we have access to this in the prototype actually. Bunch of raptors. This is with you can see that those shadows, and that's how you know instantly that this is a fake screenshot. There are no dynamic shadows like that in Trespasser. Like this is what the actual dynamic shadows looks like in Trespasser. I believe this part was in the demo. This puzzle of crossing the bridge. Some kind of route from the developer tools. It's pretty cool. I'm guessing this is from like some behind the scenes video. This is a good example of like the raptors were meant to have more advanced AIs that could like scavenge and look out for things. Here you can actually see how the actual landscaping generated through height map. Oh, good old green again. And in the final game, there's no jumping attacks for the raptors. They can only jump if they bug out and get flung by the physics engine. Toilet. I believe that Triceratops is pretty much final, actually. Oh, the yellow raptors would have appeared here, maybe? The red raptors. Seem to just be other versions of the same screenshots now. Right, that's Pine Valley. Indian Lab, this one was kept, I believe. It's the harbor level. Yeah, Atlantic. Let's see. Can find anything fun here. Oh, well, yeah, there's T-Rex. That one does appear there. Oh, that's a really nice screenshot. Again, super fake. You can see it's the same blood splatter, same fake flare, the shading. Also, like, what are they even doing? Like, what kind of movement is this? This box art for Trespasser here? And Trespasser, it's misspelled. Wait, isn't this from the Indian Town level? Is it misplaced? Did I just forget which buildings were where? Oh my god. See, this is what the actual flares look like. Early test and rendering levels, right. Some of these test maps are in the final game, actually, and in the prototypes. Just, not accessible through regular means. Actually, let's go back to the first one there. Like, just look at the detail. This is very much like what their goal was for the jungle. And sadly, that's not what they achieved. But that was like, this is what they wanted things to look like. This, probably my favorite image of the green T-Rex, barring maybe the one with the vending machine. That Jeep does not appear in the final game, but was found in one of the prototypes, I believe. No, green T-Rex again. Very early Jeep, it looks like. Oh yeah, this is a great shot. Also super fake, obviously. This is a real screenshot though. So that's a really nice screenshot too. That one is also super fake, but it's nice. Oh, that one is not just, that's not even trying to be a proper like screenshot. That's just straight up look pre-rendered CGI graphics. Oh, that's an interesting T-Rex. A more muted green. That was been really early. Oh, this is the room from the trailer. Remember how in the reveal trailer it was like the digital sequel, Anne like ran up some stairs really fast, like she can't do in the final game. This is that room, although it was not in game when they filmed it. They were just moving camera through it. Oh, this is a better look at the muted green T-Rexes and the Stego. This is clearly like a pre-rendered CG image. Again, goals of what they wanted the game to be like. This is one of the most used screenshots. I even used it for the thumbnail for the streams before after like the pre-stream thumbnail. I've used this one because I like it. That church does not appear in the final game. Green T-Rex again. That's a good one as well. That's a really good shot. All the shots of like the dinosaurs interacting with each other are great, which really makes me sad that a lot of those elements ended up cut. Okay, so here's fun. Here's the Albertosaur, the Red Raptor, the Triceratops, the final Green T-Rex, the final Stegosaurus, and I don't think these are going to be too interesting, but I bet... Oh, wait, no, maybe not. Hold on. Let's see, Raptors. Oh yeah, here's the Raptor that didn't make the cut. This, like the little brown spotted one. Here's Green T-Rex again. There's the low poly version. Red Triceratops never appears in the final game. the E3 demo, which we do actually have this prototype now. Here's Anne. She looks like. Actually, this is a high-res one, I think. Yeah. Clearly a lesbian. Let's see. This control tower obviously never appears in the final game. This is the concept art for Engine Town. What they thought it would be like. And I mean, to be fair, they got pretty close. This would have been Planes. Sadly, did not happen. Although, I mean, part of it did appear, and there was T-Rexes there. This, I believe, is either Jungle Road or Pine Valley. Probably Pine Valley, judging by the trees. The Jeep that didn't make the cut was even in the concept art. She's super lesbian, and like I mentioned, there's even a voice line that I didn't find while playing, where she mentions that when she tried to go out with a boy, that wasn't what she wanted. And like, she has a friend named Jill that she's known since childhood that is blasting her phone, being upset that she hasn't called back during her vacation. They're clearly girlfriends. Raptors on a bridge, no idea where this was supposed to be. I mean, it's concept art, but early box art. And yes, the game was going to be called Trespasser Jurassic Park. And then it was changed to Trespasser, just Trespasser officially, but also with the Lost World Jurassic Park as part of its branding. Originally it was going to be Trespasser Jurassic Park, just like the Lost World Jurassic Park or Warpath Jurassic Park. And some websites still list the game as Jurassic Park Trespasser, which it was never called, but people still do that because Jurassic Park is the brand. It's a high-res version of that. I do like the old logo, although I think the final logo is nicer. Like, big respect to Jurassic Park font. It's iconic. It's great, but I do like Trespasser's like unique take on it. Like, it just looks really nice with that whole wooden style and everything. But yeah, they're right. This is a Trespasser box art with that super fake screenshot. But where were the unused dinosaurs? They're not in the concept art section. Hold on. Magazine scans. Because there was at least one dinosaur not used. Or maybe I'm thinking of the article on the wiki. Yeah, scrapped Pine Valley, Plains, and Plantation House. And these two are mentioned in game text files, but we don't know if they ever actually appeared, or they were names for other things, or anything else. Oh yeah, originally the health bar tattoo on Anne's breast was intended to be moved to her arm before release. Due to budget constraints and rushed finish, this never came to be. This is odd. I was pretty sure that there was a plan to include a Carnotaurus, and I'm pretty sure I have seen images of one, but it's not here. I guess I'm wrong then. Albertosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Parasaurolophus, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, Velociraptor. Gallimimus mentioned only, Apatosaurus mentioned only. Huh. Maybe I was thinking of something else then. That is odd. I guess I must have mixed it up with something. Because yeah, there's no Carnotaurus mentioned here either. Oh well, it does appear in the Lost World. It turns invisible in the Lost World somehow. Oh, this might be what I was thinking of. The PlayStation game. All right, so let's see. Is there anything else we can? Okay. Oh wait, what? That's an odd thing. Oh yeah, the cut fuse box puzzle. That one I did know about. Oh, I guess this would be the Velociraptor bridge thing. Oh, this one is from the Lost World novel. Cool. The toxic rifle. Huh. That's interesting. So you can move a T-Rex if you move the Triceratops. Wait, how is the green key card a trivia piece? That's part of how you beat the level. Oh wait, it's another green key card? Oh. And that rifle apparently doesn't work. Okay. Because it's missing part of its scripting. God, Trespasser. The Quake logo can be found floating in the sky. You can kill a T-Rex with it even. So it's a quad damage thing. That's pretty cute. Okay. The reason I'm scrolling through fast is because I'm mainly looking for like Cube of Depression. Okay. For like stuff that can be relevant to development stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh. So you can actually make the T-Rexes go to... Oh, this is trescom.org. You can move the T-Rexes to the town by moving the Parasaurolophus. So you can recreate the old screenshot. Oh, so you were supposed to climb in there. Oh! Sarah Spike from the Lost World novel. That's... Oh wait, no, it's debunked. Oh, okay. So a lot of just strange little things. Fear, happiness, hunger, and anger for every dinosaur. All dinosaurs have their anger set to maximum. All of their emotions to 0. But this raptor has hunger and anger set to 0 and will not attack unless provoked. Huh. That is interesting. Huh, so there was going to be like a drug cartel subplot? That is also interesting. I'm surprised they put in like as many Easter eggs as they were able to, considering, you know, the rush they were in. Oh, oh, okay. This is interesting. So, Las Cinco Muertes is actually from the Lost World novel originally, and the movie. So it's not just Jurassic World Evolution that establishes that is part of that chain. It makes sense since it's a real place, I guess. So. Pro compsognathus? Okay. Beyond the invisible barriers, a Kathy speech triggers both an Anne and a Hammond voice are replaced. Oh, I bet this is the Site B does not allow trespassers until now line is from. Oh, okay, okay. See, I think that might be all we can really find of interest here. Because reading articles and interviews is not going to be a particularly interesting video screen of the decade. Okay. There's a lot of mod stuff though, I should mention. Like they do make their own levels and dinosaurs and everything, so that's pretty cool. The last thing I think we will look at is the Trespasser prototypes. So let's see, first I'm just gonna... Okay. So backstory. A lot of prototype versions of Trespasser was actually released to the fanbase. I don't know why I have my headphones on, they hurt my ears. I'm not playing it right now, so... it was released to the fandom. And, well, we have dug into them. Let's see. I think this first one didn't have too much useful things, but yeah, Anne cannot stow away objects. He throws with the right mouse button instead. Anne's running speed is much faster. Physics are more stable. In other words, a lot of physics stuff hasn't been implemented yet. Let's see. These are T-script stuff, so it's like how things should behave. Pathfinding and stuff like that, yeah. Waiting for advanced foot controls. So that would be like the raptors using their claws. Leap into the air and deliver a flying kick. Yeah, grabbing things with mouth, that also wasn't implemented. Throwing wasn't implemented. Shaking wasn't implemented. Claw Doom wasn't implemented. Lift tail into the air like a cat. That might actually have been implemented. No, it says they remove commands. None of these were implemented. So yeah. Lots of cool stuff planned that just didn't make it in. Then there's the PC Gamer prototype, which strangely was never used for an actual PC Gamer preview. But it does have access to some of the cut levels, like the Plantation House level. Here we can see it. Utahraptor is here. Early texture for it though, not as colorful. Oh, it's the old raptors. That's pretty cool. Oh, here we go. Green T-Rex time. Low-res Green T-Rex time. Look at it. I don't know if you can see, just realize I didn't zoom in. It is very low res. Okay, so the actual plantation house itself appears in Jungle Road. It is that house, yeah. Hello, Simon. We sadly already finished the game. This is Cassie's Beach, the place where the compies appeared in the Lost World in the original version. But you actually were supposed to like get to the actual location originally, but for some reason that got cut. Yeah, so let's see. No heart tattoo yet. Different uh, tank top as well. This is interesting. The whole dinosaur tucking their arms and legs beneath them is to avoid like the physics engine breaking loose, which of course still happens as we saw a few times. Um, okay. Oh yeah, so this is where the stomach, back, and left arm of Anne was removed. Alright, let's see. Beach. Yeah, airplane wheel, that was not in the final game. Oh, this is interesting. This raptor initially wouldn't attack you, it would just sniff at you. Walk around and sniffing. That doesn't happen in the game. As I mentioned, their anger is always set to full in the final game. Oh yeah, dinosaur tooth. I think I said it was a raptor claw when we played this level, but the strategy guide still mentioned this dinosaur tooth. It doesn't appear in the final game, but it was here. Oh yeah, the Mayan face. Okay, so yeah. The script here mentions a Mayan face. It's from the 97 walkthrough. That was something they wrote before they started development. They wrote a script outlining what they wanted to happen throughout the entire game in detail. This is what that is from. Um, you're supposed to move the jeep. Yeah, so Anne would like talk to the Mayan face rock, which is here in that moment. Here you can see it in the screenshot. Yeah, this Stegosaurus is also mentioned in the strategy guide, apparently. Now the raptor would sniff you. Also, the raptors were actually straight up not allowed to enter buildings, apparently, in the final game. Yeah, they would trip over themselves and stuff. Yeah, apparently they were straight up coded to not go into buildings because of you know, they would trip over everything and get stuck. Also, apparently the car was supposed to be under the rock originally. Yeah, so the reason that like the dinosaurs would fight is because they're always set to full aggression. And the thing is that the raptors from different tribes are supposed to fight, but we never got that to work when we played for some reason. Which was this? Pine Valley, the cut one. No, we got screenshots here, so we can skip that. Oh. Trespasser demo. I remember this demo. Pine Valley remains, yeah. Okay, so there's nothing really there. If we just go to the basic game now. I will try and run through this as fast as possible because I'm pretty tired, to be perfectly honest. Oh, there's a level select option. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Beach. Burn crates. Crates removable lids. Yeah, there's the rock with the message that we read about. Hidden Valley and Kathy's Beach. Huh. This cult never actually appears in the regular game, but it exists there. Yeah. That's odd. The mysterious floating lock. I actually found this when I was playing in between streams. It's a floating padlock. It hangs there. Probably attached to the door in the shack at some point, but then the shack was moved. Oh, and that's still in there in the final game. Yeah, it was supposed to have hunger and went up and down, but it didn't work, so they set them all to angry. Because otherwise they would just stand around being unsure what to do. Also, the mace and this cattle prod are like the unnerfed weapons and are actually dangerous. Huh. So that's why we could use the mace to kill a raptor so easily. Oh, this Stegosaurus apparently is not set to angry. That's cool. Okay, so Ascent was going to be one level originally. That's interesting. And here's a test area. Unused key card. But yeah, there's never a night scene in the game, huh? It's only ever daytime. Oh, so this blood splatter was actually, I mean, this is fake, but it was supposed to be part of it. It was the hit spang stuff. Okay. So you can actually activate that in some of the prototypes. Won't look as good, but it will technically like work. But here you can see like, yeah, fear emotion influences, love emotion influences, anger emotion influences. Like I would love to see a game that implements this into a dinosaurs in a like a maybe some kind of more open-ended style game, like some kind of sandbox style game. It would be really cool. Oh, Pine Valley's loading screen is still in the final game. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, so here's the thing. InGen tolerates no trespasses, not until now. So yeah, it was cut. That's why I didn't find it. But it was at some point in the game. And yeah, the planes was like supposed to be this big, open-ended level. Woo's microwave has been removed. Okay, interesting choice. So this is the actual patch. Wait, now I wonder. I genuinely wonder if I play the unpatched version potentially, because like keypad interaction tuned. Really, I played it with the tuned fix. Like that seems very unlikely with how badly that worked. And floating objects were everywhere. So, like, I don't know. I wonder if I just straight up played an unpatched version. Well, I guess that is pretty much it. I really did want to read the little note about her breasts, because I think it's funny, but I couldn't actually spot it when I looked through the stuff about the changes. Nothing here mentions Anne's breast being made smaller. Oh wait, here. Anne's bust size is notably smaller. Her bust was increased as development progress to hide the fact that she didn't have legs. There you go. I guess we will close out the stream by going to the TrestCon YouTube channel. And just have a quick look at the early pre-release stuff again. Very early Trespasser logo there. Love that Trespasser logo though. Digital sequel to the Lost World. This is what they wanted against Weekend. This is the test map, but it's not running in game. This is just like running a camera. There's the room I mentioned earlier. A good old green T-Rex. Ah, it's wonderful. I love it. It says 7 Trespasser raptors here. Okay, it's just that there's 7 of them active at the same time. Oh, using the unused skin for them. That's cute. I don't think there's anything else we can look at, really. That seems to be it. T-Rex and raptors. Yeah. Oh my god. My computer's really, really not liking things right now. Look at this, like, really early gameplay.
1.
It's beautiful. Like, this is the frame rate it ran on ran with on the actual development computers. All right, well, take care. So that's it for tonight, and tomorrow we're playing Warpath, which is a fighting game. So that's gonna be hopefully a shorter stream. It's a really cool Jurassic Park fighting game, and I mean, if that doesn't get you interested, I don't know what will. Thank you so much for watching, and we had a really fun time with Trespasser. I'm glad we played through it, and maybe I will stream some mods for it at some point. Who knows? Bye.